Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Be with us for a while and we begin soon. Until the time, you may mark your presence. Good evening, Chirodeep.
Yeah, I marked my presence already.
Yes, I just saw. Request others as well. Let's start with the greetings. Good evening, everyone. We will just begin in a couple of more minutes. Be with us.
Good evening, Kalpana.
Thank you for joining, Abhijit. Good evening, Kalpana.
Hi, Abhijit. Good to see you here after a long, long time.
Good evening, everyone. So yeah, um, Shrideep, what do you say? Good to begin, or we should wait for a while?
Yeah, we should start now. It's time.
Yes, at least people who are punctual, let's respect their punctuality.
Absolutely.
And before that, I need to turn off the music. I'm bad. Right. Okay. So we will begin by giving you a situation and just be with us and imagine this particular scenario where you have spent weeks pouring your heart and soul into an idea, late nights, endless revisions. You can already see the impact, and then it's handed over to someone else. It stings, isn't it? But here's the twist: your ideation didn't go noticed. Your ability to think creatively, to innovate was appreciated. And instead of that project, you are given something even better, a project more aligned with your skills, one that allows you to shine in ways you didn't anticipate. Had things gone your way, you would have been stuck in something that wasn't truly yours to begin with. What seemed like a setback was actually an alignment you couldn't see at that time.
Now let's talk about those moments when we resist something, convinced it's a waste of time, only to realize later that it was exactly what we needed. Picture this: you are pushed into meeting someone you have zero interest in. Maybe a friend insists you to tag along for coffee with someone you don't particularly like, or you accidentally bump into a person you have been trying to avoid. You're mentally checked. You're mentally checked out, scrolling through your phone, barely making conversation. In your head, you are thinking, "Why am I even here? I could be doing something better with my life, with my time." And then something unexpected happens. That person whom you were so reluctant to engage with introduces you to someone else. Maybe it's a mentor, a career connection, or simply a person who shifts your perspective in a way you never saw coming. And suddenly, what felt like a wasted moment turns into a life altering one. If you had skipped that meeting or cut the conversation short, you would have missed out on something truly valuable.
So basically, we spend so much time trying to control the outcomes of our lives, planning, predicting, and resisting anything that doesn't go our way.
Mm,
But what if we stopped trying to control everything and instead surrendered to the mysteries life has in store for us?
mm,
Because ultimately, we do not know the outcome. So instead of predicting of what might come through, we just surrender ourselves. Because sometimes the things we resist the most align us in ways we have never imagined. And with that thought, we welcome you all to our podcast, Aligned by Accident. I, Neeti, along with my co host Chiradeep, are excited to have you here as we dive into those unexpected moments that shape our lives in ways we couldn't have planned.
mm,
We would love to hear from you. Could you relate to any of those scenarios we just shared?
mm,
Have you ever been in a situation where something felt like an inconvenience at first, but later turned out to be a blessing? Drop a comment and share your own story with us. So
mm.
please keep engaging yourself through comments because, as we keep telling you all, being a video podcast, we would not be able to share the stage with you, no matter how much we love doing that. Hence, we request you to keep engaging through comments.
Yeah, as our audience keep engaging with us and commenting, answering your question. Let me ask another question. Have you ever wondered why we always feel the need to control the outcome?
Now,
You know what?
here,
Yeah,
yes,
please.
even I would love to hear the replies that why is there a need to control?
Correct, correct.
And why to put that why there is a need, or do we feel at times that we have that urge or the need to control? So,
Mm,
there are two questions for you all to answer,
correct.
rather, three. The first one was whether you were able to relate to the scenarios we just shared. Second, whether you feel that we have an urge or a need to control the events. And third, if yes, why do you think we have that urge or that
Mm.
need? So, three questions that we have put up, and we would appreciate if we receive some responses from you.
I can actually help you by make you think about it. So suppose as students study hard to score good marks. No, we put in effort at work to earn incentives or promotions. Even when we meet people, there's often an underlying expectation, whether it's building a friendship, finding a relationship, landing a job opportunity, or simply having a good time. Our focus is almost always on the outcome, isn't it? Tell us in the comments, have you ever caught yourself doing this? If you answer me, I will definitely say yes, I have done that before. Right now,
Okay.
probably I'm evolving, but I have done that in the past. Yeah, Niti, you're saying something?
I was just about to read Kalpana's comment, which we have missed somehow, which says, inconvenience, yes, but positive outcome, not as far as I can remember. So that's the comment that I could see.
Can you
Kalpana,
reflect it on? Can you reflect it on the screen?
I am sorry
Yeah.
because I saw it on LinkedIn, because on this
Okay.
window I can still not see the comment. So I'm sorry for
Okay.
that.
Go ahead. Even Abhijit says something. Yes, it's relatable. There's many such. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Niti. Yes, it's relatable. There are many such instances that happen, and one thing I learned from it is go with the flow. Correct. जो होना है वो होना है. So just focus on the efforts is my principle. Wow.
And here comes Kalpana again.
Human
Human
nature
by
is
nature is goal oriented.
really.
Yes, yes. So, as we said, that why is there an urge to control? So, somewhere, what I believe that the urge to control is out of fear. So, as both of you are saying that, not Abhijit, but Kalpana, human nature is goal oriented. So, when we attach ourselves to goal, we are
Hmm.
more concerned or fearful about how that goal will turn out to be. That's one of the major reasons that we like to control the outcome. And somewhere I also say that we find comfort in believing we are in control, even though we are actually, if we see, we are not completely in control and we never are. But believing that we are in control, and the moments things become unpredictable, we resist. And that's when we stress and disappointment creeps in.
Correct.
The real cause of our suffering isn't the situation itself, but our attachment to the outcome rather than the efforts we put in.
Mhm.
After all, the outcome exists in the future. And when we are too fixated on what's ahead, we forget to appreciate the present moment.
Absolutely. You know, Niti, I have been exactly where many of you might have been wanting a specific outcome so badly that I overlooked everything else unfolding around me. Okay, I was telling you a moment ago that I was also like this in the past. So I always knew I wanted to be a counselor or a life coach to support people in their journeys. Naturally, I thought the best way to do that was through workshops. I put in the effort, planned sessions, and promoted them. But people just didn't show up. It was frustrating. I kept telling myself if only I could get people to sign up, everything would fall into place. But while I was so focused on making workshops happen, something else was happening in the background. I started collaborating with others, hosting podcasts, meeting people who resonated with my work. One example is you, collaborating with you.
Good you
And
referred. Otherwise, I would have asked you later that where was my reference here.
yes, no, I can't skip your name. Okay,
Thank you.
and honestly, I wasn't thrilled at first because in my mind, the only success was running my own workshops. Okay, own workshops. I
Okay.
don't want to get into divert our topic to another uh, topic, so I will stay within our topic. What I didn't realize was, I mean, that particular moment that through these conversations, my network was growing. It was just a year back when I was collaborating. I started collaborating with people. I
Absolutely, Chiradeep. I mean, if
Yeah,
I look around, everywhere I see, I listen. Whether it's now the new endeavor, now I see you on Spotify as well.
yeah,
So that was the only platform I believe that you were not. So you are on YouTube. You are definitely on LinkedIn. You are on, I do not know how many other platforms, including Spotify with your podcast.
yeah. Thank you. Let's see. Now, now, what I didn't actually realize before, as I said, These conversation actually helping me to grow. Help me grow um, my network. People kept introducing me to others, and without even trying, which I was actually trying to do through my workshops. I was being invited to speak at events, not many, but one or two also. I add them to my success stories, and I will definitely brag about it. And I was even I was the mentor for a few authors as well, and even take on clients. I got clients through these podcasts, these collaborations. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So looking back, I see it so clearly. Had I stayed fixated on controlling that one outcome, I would have missed out on everything else that was aligning for me. The work I wanted to do was always happening, just not in the way I imagined. And I would testify it. There are 90% of the things that I have imagined has never happened to me, but it has happened good ultimately. I would assure that. So, how many of us have been so obsessed with a specific result that we fail to see the bigger picture?
So that's another question.
Yes.
And before we wait for that, heartiest congratulations, Chiradeep, to at least now when you look back, you are able to recognize and acknowledge where you have been. And as I said, you are everywhere.
Thank you.
And Abhijit has answered our second question, why urge to control? He says that my perspective is because we as humans think it is our responsibility to have control of our life. However, the irony is life has a funny sense of humor. It
Absolutely.
presents a lot of scenarios which makes you doubt. But if we look closely, we are simply learning from everything. How true.
Bang on.
Hang on.
Superb.
So trying to control the controllables
Yeah.
and letting the others go, because there are so many things that we can definitely not control. So we completely agree with what Abhijit has just shared, that we believe that it is our responsibility, but definitely we cannot control everything. But the idea being, when we say when we are discussing all this, first of all, I would like to clarify, when I say surrendering, that doesn't mean that we stop making efforts. Surrendering never brings. So I just want to clarify, if anyone feels that when I say surrender, that means, oh, I can just sit back and surrender to universe and say that, okay, okay, let it happen. Sorry. We need to continue to make efforts. The only point that I am trying to make is, do not attach yourself to the outcome. And this reminds me what Abhijit just shared, and what Chiradeep you were talking about your entire journey of how you wanted a client workshop, how you wanted to conduct a workshop, and then other things happen. So basically, it's like our, if we say the jigsaw puzzles, when we create those jigsaw puzzles. So what happens before we have that picture perfect? We create that entire picture of small pieces. So before we connect the right pieces at place, we happen to connect a lot of wrong pieces. So when we are connecting those wrong pieces, we identify, oh, this is wrong, and then we happen to redo it and connect the right pieces. Had we not tried those wrong pieces, we would have never known the right ones, is how I see it. जिक्सॉ पजल कंप्लीट ही नहीं होगी जब तक हम लोग कुछ ना कुछ उसमें गलतियां नहीं करेंगे, और वो गलतियां करके जो लास्ट फाइनल पिक्चर आती है, वो पिक्चर उन रॉन्ग पीसेस की वजह से भी आती है. So I see, and I heard, so I hear Oprah a lot. So the Oprah always says that, Oprah Winfrey, she says that there are never failures, there are never rejections. She never believes in them. It just says when you are rejected, when the outcome, so rejection is the outcome that you have never expected. जब भी ऐसा कुछ होता है, इसका मतलब Your life journey wasn't aligned with it. So that rejection comes for something better. So ultimately, by the end of your life, you'll be able to see that whatever happened in that journey was meant to happen to shape something beautiful. And here, I would also like to quote a friend of mine जिसको कोई भी चाहे वो फिजिकल पेन हो चाहे वो इमोशनल पेन हो उससे जब पूछो क्या हुआ है या हाउ आर यू डूइंग उसका एक पेट आंसर होता है सब कुछ इवेंचुअली ठीक हो ही जाता है सो when I used to receive that reply for almost everything, I was like, ये क्या होता है? सब कुछ eventually तो ठीक हो ही जाता है. But now if I see that's such a powerful statement to make, where you are feeling sad, maybe because something that happened wasn't as expected, but you have that thought that eventually तो ये भी ठीक हो जाएगा. So you are moving ahead and you are not stagnated or you're not fixated to it. What do you say?
Hmm.
Isn't
Interesting.
that?
Very
Yes,
interesting.
yes.
This actually reminds me of your story, Niti.
No,
Maybe
Chirati. What my story?
I know
So
it's your
before that,
story.
can we just? Oh, that's an old comment which is now being reflected of Kalpana, which
Ah,
says,
correct.
"I'm sorry." Yeah, sorry, Chirati.
Yeah, what is that? Inconvenience, yes, but positive outcome, not as far as I can remember. Okay, okay. Yeah, this was before Avijit's comment. Okay.
It was long back.
Yeah. So I would love to hear that story.
Which
Mm,
story?
yeah. You were so fixated on going to Chandigarh to become an
Yes, yes, I
ELTS
was.
trainer. That
Yes,
was the plan.
IELTS trainer.
You had it all mapped out. If I
Absolutely.
remember you telling me that. But life had something else in store for you. Instead of Chandigarh, you ended up in Kolkata. Okay. And starting a completely different phase of your life. And well, we both know how that turned out. So I would love to, I would definitely love from your side, if you can share with us, all of us.
यस आपने गलत तार छेड़े हैं तो अब म्यूजिक तो निकलेगा ही तो अब आप सुनो मेरी
मेरा स्टोरी
स्टोरी
मेरा स्टोरी थोड़ा सुनेंगे तो आपका भी स्टोरी सुनेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं उसमें.
So yes, I wouldn't deny I so wanted to go to Chandigarh because I wanted to conduct. I was conducting online IELTS training, and I thought Chandigarh is the right place for me to start offline IELTS training. So that was actually my vision, my goal to just be in Chandigarh by hook or crook. Interestingly, my brother, so I have two elder brothers, and one of them was not at all on board with me. He completely stood against, and instead, he wanted me to stay घर के पास, so closer to our hometown. That's the reason he recommended me to go to Kolkata. I wasn't happy. I just wasn't happy. But that time, I didn't feel like getting into an argument with him. And his concern was not a job. His concern was that I hadn't till 40 years of my life I was surrounded with family, pampered, surrounded पूरा time. And all of a sudden 40 years के बाद मेरे दिमाग में ख्याल आ रहा है कि हमको तो अकेले रहना है. So that was his major concern, and he said that no, that time I was not able to understand the concern also. But he was very clear in his mind, he wanted to see how I handle things. सो बेसिकली अगर हम देखें तो वो आज लगता है कि वो एक छोटा सा टेस्ट था जो उस टाइम नहीं समझ में आया एंड आई वॉज वेरी रिलक्टेंट टू गो टू कोलकाता बट इवेंचुअली आई लैंडेड इन कोलकाता. I would like to highlight, was Kolkata beneficial for me financially? No, absolutely no. Was I happy in terms of what I was doing with my career? No, I wasn't. I spent 2 years and I wasn't very happy and satisfied with everything that I was doing to my life. However, I know, but there were other things that happened because the entire experience, the exposure, the independence, and managing everything by myself while staying closer to home
Mm,
completely shaped my confidence.
mm,
और यहाँ ये स्टोरी खत्म नहीं होती है. तो इस कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ when I approached my family again
mm.
and said that now I am ready for my second leap, which is where I am right now. That's Pune. They were on board with me. Nothing said. And
No
somehow,
resistance.
yeah, absolutely no resistance at all. They were all very happy for me that I am deciding. Or abhi to my parents have come here, stayed with me, and they just left. So yeah, and again, the point being, I was resistance. Or here, what I want to highlight. So the basic idea that we want to say, had I attached myself to the outcome that I went to Kolkata, it wasn't successful. Had I returned back home और ये डिसीजन लिया होता कि नहीं, मेरे लिए वर्क नहीं किया, अब तो हम कहीं नहीं जा सकते क्योंकि मेरे साथ ही ऐसा गलत हो रहा है, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज प्रायर टू दैट आई हैड सम पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस वेयर आई रिटर्न फ्रॉम दिल्ली. दिल्ली वर्क नहीं किया, कोलकाता वर्क नहीं किया, तो अब तो मेरी लाइफ में कुछ वर्क नहीं कर सकता. तो आई कुड हैव गॉन इनटू दैट मोड ऑफ सल्किंग, क्रिपिंग एंड ब्लेमिंग माई सेल्फ कि भगवान कितना गलत कर रहा है मेरे साथ, व्हाई हैज गॉड चोजन मी. So instead of fixating myself to the outcome and not being happy with whatever the outcome was, Calcutta successful nahi raha, Delhi successful nahi raha, I planned to take another leap, which was Pune. And I'm pretty happy being here. So the point is that at times it's funny that how the path we resist often ends up preparing us for exactly what we needed. So
Yeah.
whenever I look back, the only thing that I feel about my entire journey till now, the only feeling or emotion I have is grateful. That's what I feel. So here, enough मेरी long winded story. अब यहीं खत्म होती है. So again, our audience is quiet since long. We would like to hear your story as well. If any one of you have a similar story where you were not happy with what you were stepping in, or you were completely unaware, क्या कर रहे हैं, क्यों कर रहे हैं, and just you wanted to take that leap without attaching yourself to the outcome. Please tell us your story. I am very sure that you people have a lot of powerful stories to share.
I know, uh, I know someone who has a story, who is sitting quietly in the audience,
Uh-huh.
but uh, I don't
Because
know.
right now we see just two people interacting with us, which is Kalpana and Abhijit. Though we see that there are other people also who have joined in, we would request
Yeah,
participation. If anyone would like to share their story or just greet us, let us know that you are here.
you can leave your digital. You can reveal your digital signatures for us to understand whether you are here or not, and
And
also
if
you
we are
can
able to
share your
relate to
story.
anything, yeah. Because again, this I would say LinkedIn live, video live makes us feel clueless, leaves us clueless whether you are there, you're
Absolutely,
not there, or you are.
that is true. That is true. I so wished that LinkedIn Live would turn
Listens
out to
to
be
our
like
theme and
Zoom,
gets back.
like the way we go live on Zoom, where
Okay.
we can interact with our audience. But what is available is fine with us. Let's not control the outcome. let's
Exactly.
let's move on.
I
Let's
was
move
also
on.
about to say the same thing. Let's not control the outcome. We are trying to do our best, and our audience also being here every time is also, they are also motivating us. So thank you very much for
Yeah,
being
I
here.
think the comment has come. Just check if it is reflecting on the screen. Yes. This is flying jobs. Writing happened to me, giving me a glimmer of hope that it was meant to be.
Rejections at multiple stages of applying jobs, writing happened to me, giving me a glimmer of hope that it was meant to be. Absolutely, Kalpana. See, we tend to uncover something that's hidden only when we are thrown in a difficult situation, is what I feel. And when we do not, I would say, given to that difficult situation, but we try to move ahead. What more can we do? Okay, this has happened. What more can we do? Where else can we go? Absolutely, Kalpana. Thank you so much for sharing. And yes, guys, Kalpana is a beautiful writer. She's there. Let's listen. She writes blogs, if I'm not mistaken. So please.
She, she, she is not only a blogger, but she is already an author, has published 2 books already, and she's a very good storyteller. And
Wow.
probably there is a follow up comment awaiting. I hope so.
Which I am sorry, I can't
No,
see it.
no. I
Okay.
didn't mean that.
Oh,
She may be probably typing it out. Yeah,
all right. All right.
yeah,
Okay. So I
yeah.
guess others are not in a mood to reply right now, so we can continue with
Yes, yes,
wherever we are.
yeah. As they keep writing their topics, sorry, comments. Let's just move on. So, what felt like a frustrating compromise back then turned out to be a stepping stone you needed. You know, I'm talking about you, Niti. And
Absolutely, I completely
yeah,
agree to that.
huh. And isn't that exactly how life works? Yes, we all agreed to that. Sometimes the doors we try to force open aren't the ones meant for us, but the ones we resist lead us somewhere even better. Wonderful. Haven't we all had moments where we were so frustrated about something not going our way, only to later realize it was a blessing in disguise? Maybe you have heard stories of people missing a flight or a train and later finding out it met with an accident. I had that experience. I have known people who are still alive, or they were they I mean they got saved because of such accidents, such alignments, you can say. Okay. Now, at that moment, they were upset, cursing the
Of
delay,
course.
but
Of
later
course.
they were grateful to be alive. Or have you ever bumped into someone you were avoiding only for that meeting to lead an unexpected opportunity? So that's food for thought. Keep thinking. Yeah, Niti, you were saying something in between?
No, no. I was
Um,
just saying, agreeing to what you said, especially
mm,
about the example that you shared of missing flights. And the other way around also, Chiradeep, I would like to highlight there was this episode that happened where some distant person had no plan to go in a car, happened to get into a car which eventually met with an accident. So, not a very happy ending, not a very happy outcome that way. But again, as we mentioned, we are here not to focus on the outcome.
mm,
Definitely, we are trying to point out that positive things also happen when the start may not be positive, or I wouldn't say positive, the start may not be what we have thought of.
mm,
जैसा हमने चाहा वैसा नहीं गया, बट उसका आउटकम अच्छा हुआ. कई बार आउटकम खराब भी होता है. So we are not trying to tell you that every time the outcome is positive and you need to be happy with the outcome. What we are trying to say that please do not attach yourself to the outcome. आपका whatever choices you have, whatever choices or the path that you have decided for yourself, continue to walk.
mm,
Eventually, as my friend says, आखिर तो सब ठीक हो ही जाता है, तो वो भी ठीक हो जाएगा.
mm,
And Rahul says in his poetic way, as always, अंदाज अपना और कहानी घर घर की दोनों सही है. कोई थ्री इडियट्स के रैंचो, कोई थ्री इडियट्स का चतुर, और कोई राजू, कोई फरहान, और कोई मुन्ना भाई और कोई सर्किट. All right. And thank you, Rahul, for marking your presence and sharing that with us. And then Abhijit says, and he has also shared his a part of his life, that I left my job in 2021
Yeah.
without thinking of a fixed outcome.
Mm.
Just knew I want to do something related to people. Today I coach and train. Why I left my job had its own reasons, but I love what I do today.
Do you find any similarities? Do you find I so relate with Avijit. I left my job. If I read this comment again,
Hmm.
it will be my story. I left my job in
Hmm.
2021 without
Hmm.
thinking of a fixed outcome. Okay, I'm reading mine, not Avijit's. Okay,
Go ahead.
just knew I wanted to do something related to people. Absolutely. Today I coach and train सिर्फ नहीं रहेगा मेरा. I coach and mentor. ठीक है, and write. Why I left my job had its own reasons, but I love what I do today. Perfect. Avijit, I relate 100%. Maybe 99.99% थोड़ा वो सर्फ एक्सेल का थोड़ा एक जर्म रह जाता है. डिफरेंस उतना ही है, नहीं तो पूरा सेम है. या गो अहेड
So
नितिन.
again, the idea what चिरदीप आपने भी अभी बोला और जो अभिजीत की भी स्टोरी जो हम लोग ने अभी पढ़ी उसमें यही है आइडिया outcome.
या.
Now here I would like to add another perspective to this. So as I said, I took a leap to Kolkata, didn't work out, I returned. I took a leap to Pune. Did I attach myself to the outcome कि ये अच्छा ही होना चाहिए और अगर अच्छा नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा? I took a leap. The idea is I did my best. As you did your best, you wanted to follow your passion as Abhijit did. He wanted to follow his passion of being related to people. Outcome क्या होगा? Now, if you see three of us, if I may say, are happy in our own unique ways, doing whatever we are doing currently. So that's what we are trying to say. So that's jigsaw puzzle. अभी बाकी है, अभी कहानी बाकी है. But till now, the jigsaw puzzles that we have created in our lives, it's only by putting some wrong pieces and realizing that they were wrong and then going back, correcting them, ultimately creating the perfect pieces. So, the point now, again, I would like to tell all of you that the next time you feel disappointed, sad, or frustrated because you are attached to an outcome, allow yourself to feel it instead of fighting it. So
Mm.
please do not just fight your emotions and try and suppress them. Just feel them. Meet the outcome instead of resisting it because ultimately that's the outcome. Fall through instead of crashing into it. Every ending marks a new beginning. Let's not
Wow.
forget that. And no matter how painful those endings may be, but beginnings bring new possibilities.
Mm.
Let's not forget that.
Mm.
थोड़ा पोएटिक हो गया नहीं?
Yeah.
राहुल, you are actually contagious. असर हो रहा है आपका.
Yeah. And Niti, I just wanted to add about that jigsaw puzzle you're talking about.
Of
And
course.
this jigsaw puzzle that we solve, it is uh, we don't solve, uh, how I wanted to say it. Like, it's a never-ending jigsaw puzzle. We keep on adding to the picture, to the bigger picture every day. Okay. I always believe, maybe I'm digressing from the topic, but it is quite related to what we were talking about. People think success is a destination. That is why they try to control the outcome. I feel, but when you because but I believe success is never a destination for me. For me, it's always a journey. Okay, it continues. It continues. Do the right thing, right thing at the right time, okay, and just move ahead. Add on to your puzzle, that jigsaw puzzle, till you create that picture. And probably when you are dead, people will
On your
see that.
deathbed, let's correct that. Not your dead, but you're on your deathbed and you
No, no,
reflect.
no, no, no. What I mean to say, when I'm dead, or when somebody dies, a big guy who dies, guy or girl, so then only the legacy they'll leave behind them, okay, that is the bigger picture for the people to follow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, again, that is not in our control. Maybe that jigsaw puzzle is not complete, you know. But what I mean to say is, we should not I mean, we should not think about that fixed outcome, as Abhijit is talking about, as I was talking about, as you were talking about. We are not fixated on the outcome in the later part of our journey. You know, previously we used to think that way. Probably, I don't know about you. I was thinking about that, but right now I don't think about it. I am not outcome oriented. I am more about the journey, how I am doing it right now. You know, you also spoke about the present moment, the presence. You know, that is the core value we need to understand. Presence. Present में हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, अब भी क्या कर रहे हैं, that is more important than we should control what is now, what we have now. Present moment is in our hand, and we should control that, not the outcome which is in the future. Okay.
Yes, yes, I completely understand.
Yeah,
Yes, and you are very right, Chiradi. Very right. So basically, wherever towards the end, when we reflect, journey complete लगेगी is the point.
absolutely,
और
absolutely.
एज वी से छोटी छोटी बातें जिस पे शायद हम लोग रोए थे, आज अगर याद करें स्कूल टाइम की बातें जो हम लोगों ने इतनी बड़ी मानी थी, वो आज सोचते हो तो हंसी आती है. इट्स द सेम थिंग.
सही
तो
है, सही है.
लेटर ऑन maybe we'll laugh about the things that we have.
Correct, correct, correct. And with that, we wrap up this conversation.
Is
As
it? Are we wrapping up so soon?
yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe if somebody else, okay. Kalpana says, yeah, you can, if you can reflect that
What is
those
it?
two questions, two comments, as I read, we can read it. I can
I'm
see.
sorry, I can't see them as of now. Could you just read them out, please?
Rahul says, ये खत्म नहीं हुआ, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. Okay.
Okay, I cannot see that right now being
And
reflected.
Kalpana says to Rahul Ramachandran, I was about to comment the same. Okay, चलो.
Oh, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त.
पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. हाँ.
आनंद याद कर रहे हैं हम लोग. Right.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
we are wrapping up, Chiradeep, so soon.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, because this is a
Okay, so
small.
before you wrap up, I would request before Chiradeep, because I would just want to listen to the final thoughts of the audience who are there from the beginning. Please share your final thoughts with us, because as Chiradeep is in a mood to wrap up so soon, please tell us how did you feel, your feedback. What is your I would not say it a takeaway, because this was more of a discussion rather than we giving us a takeaway, because here
Correct.
it's more of we learning a lot from your experiences that you people shared. So please drop in your
Who's- I'm wondering who other four in the audience. Like three people are there already. We can mark out Rahul, Kalpana, and Abhijit.
Mhm.
But who are the other five? It's eight now. Wow.
So the audience is increasing. Anyway, sorry, please Chiradeep, आप wrap up करने
आईपीएल
के मूड में
आईपीएल
हो.
मैच का 5 ओवर जब बाकी होता है तो बहुत सारे लोग देखते हैं ज्यादा. I mean,
Obviously,
climax.
क्योंकि
So
लास्ट में
people are
मैच
also
इंटरेस्टिंग होता
smiling
है.
at the end of the, just to take the, I mean, just to uh, take the lessons that we are going to give. But as you said, you disappointed people that you are not going to give
No,
any
we are
lessons
not
to
teachers.
them.
We do not give lessons, please.
Yeah.
So we are here to learn and thank you for everyone to share your stories. तो और किसी को अपनी please share करनी है story तो we are more than happy to listen to your story. Otherwise, Chiradeep is going to call it an end.
Yeah.
So here,
Let us know what other topics you'd like us to explore in future episodes. And if you ever find yourself feeling stuck, uncertain, or just needed a fresh perspective, feel free to reach out to either of us. We are always happy to connect. Thank you, people, for being here, for sharing your time and thoughts with us. So, as you move forward, stay open to the unexpected. Sometimes the best alignments happen not because we planned them, but by accident. And
not
if
because
you,
we planned them, but by accident.
yep,
So you are trying to, oh, Kalpana also wrote something.
interesting perspectives, interesting stories, पार्ट टू तो बनता है. पार्ट टू बनेगा अगर कोई कमेंट करेगा करेंगे. We think we are planning for ourselves, but things have been planned for us beforehand. It might seem preachy, but it's a fact. At the end of the day, everything will align by plan or by accident. Hmm.
So the writer comes out here in Kalpana's comment. Thank you so much for that, Kalpana. Absolutely. And I would be closing with a very simple line, which is what again I'll be repeating that line, and I know, but because that line has become whenever I go through something, I just remind myself of that. सब कुछ eventually तो ठीक हो ही जाता है. So
All is
yes,
well. All is well. That affirmation has to be there. Three idiots.
yes.
Yes, absolutely.
अभी थ्री इडियट्स की भी राहुल ने याद दिलाई दी है. So
Hmm.
सब कुछ तो eventually ठीक हो ही जाएगा. So rather than fretting and trying to hide ourselves from reality, running away from reality, let's just accept कि ये है, whether we like it or we do not, but that's what it is. And let's continue to do our best and move forward rather than get stuck. So things will align by accident or as Kalpana said, by plan.
I think Niti,
That's
this is one of our like most light, I mean light-hearted topic. This one topic,
okay.
not very deep. It is deep if people can think deep. Okay, it's self awareness तो रहता है उसमें.
बट ठीक
Uh,
है ना चिरदीप कभी कभार
हाँ,
डिस्कशन हमेशा ज्ञान बांटने से ज्यादा अच्छा है टुडे आई एंजॉयड बिकॉज इट वाज मोर ऑफ अ डिस्कशन वेयर एवरीवन at least a lot of the audience participated, they shared their journey, which was a good part. So here we would, as we have already wrapped up, thank you so much for joining, for motivating. We are here after a long gap. March का ये पहला podcast है हमारा, but still you people are here. So thank you so much. With this we end. Remember what Chiradeep said. If there is any topic that you would want us to take up, please feel free to drop a comment to either of us or on this the entire post that you may see. Share this post with people who you think might need it. Let's support each other by sharing, by just letting them know the different perspective to lead life. So
yeah.
good night.
Both, and also those who are not on LinkedIn, you can share because this is also streaming
On
on
YouTube.
YouTube
Yes.
on Niti's channel or my channel. This
Yes.
time it's Niti's channel. So you can ask either of us to share the link, and we will happily share the link.
Absolutely.
Okay. Good
All
night, Niti.
right,
Good night,
one
all of
second.
you.
No, there is a comment that we are unable to read right now,
Where is it?
and we don't know where is it. There is it.
Was
I'm
there
also
this?
trying to wonder. I am aware that there is a comment, but I'm unable to see that comment.
Where is it? I can't see any comment.
Yeah.
ये खत्म नहीं हुआ, ये तो है, ये खत्म हो चुका है.
Okay. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to refresh and see if we are able to see and read that comment. And with that last comment, we will end the podcast. So,
You wanted to continue the picture?
sorry.
I mean, picture अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. So you wanted to continue the picture next time, or this picture is over? We will come up with a new picture, new film, a podcast, whatever you call it.
Yes, yes. I'm sorry, I'm still not able to find. Despite refreshing, the comment is not there.
Which one
Let
you're talking about? I can't see any comment.
you also can't.
No, I can't.
Mm, I guess there are comments which are taking a little while to reflect. That's the reason. So
Whose comment is it? Okay, new comment. Good night. That's the new comment I see. So
yeah.
let's not bore our audience.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, I completely
Let's
get
end
it.
it here.
All right. Yes, let's end it here.
Good night, all.
Good
Good night.
night. Good night, and thank you so much for being being here, motivating us, and being our regular audience. Rahul, Kalpana, Abhijit, truly appreciate the appreciation and the motivation. Thank you. Good night. Take care. Bye.